Look at him, he wiping his mouth. He wiping his mouth like, damn, Ice, that was good. Chill, she gonna sit right there and chill.
All I need is one stick. Okay, yeah. This is our last one of the night. And again, we thank Fred. Give it up for Fred. Mr. Abernathy for inviting us out. We hope that you guys support our product. We both have CDs available. We do take Visa, MasterCard, and Link. For those who are out of Chicago, we take EBT. Also as well, we got a gas station right across the street. You can just put that amount in my gas tank. You know, it's a way to do everything. You ready, sis? Okay, cool. I want to do this piece. The sister mentioned a piece called Ego. Before we got to this point. And I just want to explain to you all a little bit what ego is to me. It's an acronym that stands for easing God out. And September the 3rd, 2008, I lost my 15-year-old son to cancer. It was a form of cancer called osteosarcoma. And you might mainly hear about single mothers raising children, but I was a single dad raising my son, and I had to be at the hospital, University of Chicago, every day and try to work. And it was just the most difficult thing that I've ever had to face or deal with in my life. I mention it as like a blessing and a curse because now nothing don't really faze me too much because can't nothing hurt me worse than that day. So all the haters, the naysayers, I just take it and I just smile and keep on walking. So I want to do this piece. I'm going to close this out. This is my testimony. It's called Ego, Easing God Out.
I climbed up to the highest mountain, looked all around, couldn't find nobody. I went down into the deepest valley, looked all around down there, couldn't find nobody. I went across the deep blue sea and couldn't find one who compares to your grace, your love, your mercies. Said there's nobody greater than you.
Hey God, where you at? I've been looking for you. Seems like you've been avoiding me or something. And I've been searching for you for years with no answer, just anticipation. And I've been going through this transformation, but every time I call on you, God, it's like I get put on hold. And they say that you hear all and that you see all, but seems like you ain't never available, God, when I call. See, all I remember was January 91. I had just left Simeon's Martin Luther King ceremony speaking. I wasn't feeling too well that day. Little did I know that all the while, my appendix had been leaking. And where were you, God? Just when I thought nowhere to be found. And if it wasn't for my son's mother convincing me to go to St. Bernard's that night, Black Ice wouldn't be here at Mr. G's right now. And where were you at, God, that morning when I went to work and when I got to 123rd and Kedzie, right by the cemetery, this lady ran the light. The last thing I saw, y'all, was headlights. A 3-car collision that damn near took my life, but where were you, God? And where were you at, God, when my mother was stricken with cervical cancer? She's been going to the Kingdom Hall serving you since before I was born, and we both called on you and you still didn't answer. Come on, God, this is my mother.
Still couldn't find nobody.
Tell me, is this how you treat all your sons and your daughters? And where were you at, God, that day my son died? I sat there at the University of Chicago and I watched him come back twice. You could have intervened, you could have saved his life, but where were you, God?
Couldn't find nobody. I looked high and low, still couldn't find nobody.
He said, okay, son, I've heard enough. Now I know that times have been rough, but son, where's your faith? Seems like you only seek my face when you need me, for I am a full-time God, my son. Do you really believe in me? Well, if so, then you would know that I am the creator of the universe. All that you see from the highest heights of heaven to what you have discovered beneath the earth. See, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I am the God of Moses, Lot, and David. I am the one who made Solomon wise. I put Noah in the ark before the waters could rise. I gave Samson the strength to destroy the Philistines with no eyes. I am that smooth stone that David slung that smote Goliath in the head. The cracks that crumble the walls of Jericho, the same one that rose Lazarus from the dead. I am the blood of the lamb of the doorpost that kept the children of Israel safe from harm. Even the staff in Moses' right arm, and I gave it the power to split the Red Sea in half. Shall I go on? Shall I go on? Please forgive me, Father. He said, no, son, I already have. But see, like Jonah, you've been running from your mission. I've been trying to reach you and speak to you for years, but your ego just wouldn't let you listen. When your appendix was spreading poison through your body, I was the voice that spake to your son's mother, warning you. And do you remember what you promised me, my son? Yes, Lord, I do. I promise you that if you allow me to make it through, then I would turn my life over to you. But what did you do? You continued to play. So I spoke to you again in the form of a 3-car collision, but I allowed you to walk away that day. And have you ever asked yourself the question why the accident was by a gravesite? I was showing you that the road that you were traveling on ended at the cemetery if you didn't change your life. But you still didn't listen. And as for your mother's cervical cancer, I am the reason why your mother's cancer is in remission. And I know your son's gone. But his body was sick, so I relieved him of his pain and I called him home. And yet and still I stayed by your side. All those moments that you felt alone, yet you still rejected my truth. If you only could have put your ego to the side and listened to all those whom I sent to you. Lord, you mean to tell me what all the while I was waiting to hear from you, you were sending me messages through all those whom I rejected? Yes, my son, this is true. And instead of focusing on all these guides, submit to the truth that you find inside. For Satan is the one who subtracts and divides, but I am the one who adds and multiplies. I'm telling y'all, he opened my eyes. And so to those of you who can't accept the truth because your ego won't allow you to accept who the truth is coming through, take this as a lesson. Because see, God just ain't using these pastors today, because asking some of these pastors questions is just like asking blind men for directions. But it's the truth that counts. And see, Chicago, in this case, my ego just wasn't my ego, but my ego was easing God out. That's that piece. Thank y'all so much. That's our time, brother.